Welcome back to Victory Gardens by Rain. I'm Rain and we are here on the farm today. Today is January 1st. It is the new year of 2026. I'm ecstatic. I'm actually very excited about this year to come. I am living my best farm life. Some of the things that I'm looking forward to this year is I really was able to develop a garden plan for this space. I observed this property for 2 years and I feel like I can really turn this into a productive garden space for cut flowers, veggies for my family, and a demo garden to show and teach from. So I am just so filled with hope today, and it's a beautiful day. It is going to be 60 degrees today here in Georgia, and I'm going to spend the day just kind of getting things in place so that I can get some seeds started, because it's that time. It's time to start seeds. It's time to really talk about your garden plan and what your goals are to achieve from your garden. Like, why are you gardening? What are you gonna do? What's your dream? Like, how's it going? What are we gonna do? And so this year our big goal is to take this space right here behind me all the way down over there and turn it into mostly perennial cut flowers. So that's exciting. But today, before I get to do the fun stuff, I have to do the organizing stuff. This is a perfect thing to do in January when you're excited, when you have a beautiful day and you want to get outside. Discipline yourself to come out and tidy your space. Get all your pots together where you can wash them. Get it to where you can pull from during the season. Set yourself up for success starting from day one. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to bring you guys along, just kind of show you how I'm going to organize some things, and we'll just kind of chat, and you'll just see what I do every day on the farm or on a daily manner. Also, if you guys didn't get a chance to see the video, I got chickens. Hi, girls. This has been such a dream of mine for so long. One of my best friend's mom, Marianne, we call her Mimi, she had chickens when I was growing up, and it started my love, and I would just sit and watch them, and she just had so much joy from stewarding those chickens, and I just remember thinking that I want to do that one day. I remember when Mac and Marianne built the chicken coop and we were all in the pool. Oh, they're jumping around. They're really enjoying our space. So what I've done here is, this is an emergency plastic. Also, my door just slammed open. Sorry, I'm not trying to right there. It slams and it scares the chickens. So I've got to get that shut. So, but I took a piece of large contractor bag, trash bag, and put across so that they will have that tucked in. This is their temporary coop. And so we're trying to clear out the space behind the shed so that we can take this whole idea right here. See these panels? We're gonna double up. I like this idea, but I just want to frame it in and for it to be more beautiful. But we're gonna take the coop. This is the coop. We use pallets to build it, and we're actually going to move it so that they can have space to really scratch and run, because I don't think I can have them out as free range, but we'll see. So this is gonna be the run, and then we're gonna tuck the coop up next to the shed so that they have that extra wind protection. I tell you, I did not understand the concept of fighting wind in a garden until I moved to this property. I love this property, but we have no windbreak. Like, we've been clearing this out. I'm going to be planting there. Like, this isn't how it's going to be forever. We're going to have fruit trees and perennial plants and just different things that are going to help with that, like grasses. I really want some perennial grasses and some prairie type things planted under the trees that we're going to keep. There's plans, y'all, there's plans. But mainly this entire space, I had my friend Mr. Bill, he came over with his tractor and he cleared out, let me get over here so you can see it, this space right here, this area for the chicken coop. But because we have done some structural changes inside the house and our needs have shifted as a family, we are going to clear all of these things out from behind the shed, and we're putting them, I'm trying to span slowly, I'm sorry, I don't want y'all to get seasick, put them back where my functional space is going to be, because this shed is going to turn into my husband's workshop. And because my daughter and I are commandeering the garage and turning it into a studio so that we can do our like craft things and put our cut flowers together and all of that. So we're not doing that in my kitchen. So now that we have a year's worth of what like day-to-day looks like on the farm, intentionally involving all three of us, we understand that we need to have spaces. So this will turn into the chicken coop. This back here will probably be an additional area that will let them in, but it won't be their coop, like it won't be their pen. It might be a yard or something, because here where I live, the problem or a potential problem with chickens is that they don't stay cool enough. And this is the shade that we're gonna have. Usually my garden has about 16 hours of sun. And so shade is more my season extension. So anyway, I say all that to say, this coop is gonna be bumped out, and so they'll have this L-shaped kind of area, and then we'll have all this tidied up, which is kind of my goal for today, because I'm ready to play in the dirt. I am so ready to play in the dirt, and I can't do that and steward my time well until I set myself up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Even though I really want to be digging, I'm going to discipline myself to tidy up, get all of my pieces together, and then it's supposed to rain tomorrow and the next day, so I'll be stuck inside anyway. So I'll have all of this done, and I can spend the next 2 days starting seeds, which is, I'm so excited. All right, so first thing first, we're gonna see how bad the greenhouse is and tidy it up in there. Also, I need to get a thermometer because it is quite toasty in here. So this is the greenhouse. So we have this area that I need to straighten up. That's my soil, and then I want to get this cleared out. These are the seed starting things that's already organized, but I want to go through here and prune down all my frostbitten stuff, and I don't know what to do with these guys. I love them so much, and I think they are gone. So we're gonna see, and then so I'm gonna go through the plants, prune them. I have a seed starting tray right here. Under here, it's a waterbed tray. And I got it from Grower Solution, I think. I can put the link down below. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. But I bought it when, look, oh my gosh. Look at the sedum trying to bloom. Oh. It just makes my heart so happy. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This sedum is called Autumn Fire, and it is so pretty. So I'm going to enjoy pruning these. I think that's going to satiate my need to get my hands in the dirt, but also be productive. So that's what I'm going to do today. This is my pumpkin. So I've been saving that to feed the chickens but we have all the little gourds first, and that's gonna store for a minute. I actually probably should take that and put it in the shed because it's cooler. Okay, so let's get started. So I've decided, woo, I found a roofing nail from when we were trying to get that pinned down. That was the situation. But I'm gonna go get my compost bag, and I'm gonna trim all those plants down first. I think that's what's gonna help me get motivated to do this. I just spent a few minutes in there staring at it. I put a brick in there so it wouldn't fly away. But this is my compost bag. I love this thing. I use it a lot, actually, it's really lightweight, but it's super thick. And I like to put all my stuff in there and let it sit for a while. Sometimes because I'm lazy, but other times because I am finding these nails everywhere. That is not good. Okay, I'm glad I'm finding them and not a baby. So anyway, I like to put my compost in this bag versus like the wheelbarrow or anything like that, because I can have this fairly stationary and just leave the compost in there, and it really makes sure that I'm not getting weed seeds or anything like that just kind of blowing everywhere. And if it's something that's readily seeded or anything like that, I can just keep it in here and it'll heat up, it'll do whatever it needs to do. And I don't have to worry about adding it to the compost because it's already like dead. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I've got this, and I'm gonna go and just start doing that, I think. I'm so excited, but I feel so scatterbrained as to where I can start. Like, I just want to sit in here in this warm greenhouse and just stare. But also, I'm like 2 cups of coffee in, and I am really motivated to get started because I want to make sure I have everything ready before the rain comes tomorrow and the next day, so I can get my seeds started. So I have to get going. Okay, so essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to be taking plants that have obvious damage on them, and I'm pruning them down. Oh gosh, I need bigger pruners for this one. And I'm getting all the, I'm so bad about, I don't have any big pruners in here. Well, usually this is simpler. This is a mum. It's a Belgian mum, and I actually plant these in the ground. And geez Louise. Hot steady. Look at, I'm trying to make this a demonstration, and it's like the thickest one that I have, and I don't have any big lopper pruners. I need to get some of those in here, I guess. Okay. Anyway, I'm just trimming all the dead off of. Oh, it went into my coffee. Whoops. Anyway. So I'm going to clear out all the dead places. This is like I said, this is a Belgian mum, and these are perennial here where I live. They do me no good in the cut flower business yet. I don't know how that's going to work, but I do like the way they look. And I'm constantly, forever being gifted them. And so I just plant them around stumps and just different things like this. But when you're going through, if you have a greenhouse situation like this, like I do, and you're trimming down all of your dieback, make sure you take this time to look for pests and diseases, or anything like that. Like right now, I don't know if you can see this, There's like a little snail right there. So I would use this time just to brush off the top of all this debris that is on the top of the soil, and just kind of clean it up, because once you have a pest in a greenhouse or a disease in a greenhouse, it is a situation to try to get it out. This type of setup, because it is one of the cheaper setups and it's a little janky, is easier to clear out because I can just take the cover off of this. But if you were in a larger greenhouse or a professional greenhouse, or maybe like a setup in your garage or something like that, it's more difficult. So you want to use this time to stay in front of any of the issues. So clean and tidy, really honestly, is your best defense against disease and pest, because you have to think about what they live off of. Like, how did God create that thing to have life? So that disease needs to have the environment. I'm gonna stab myself in the face with that. That disease has the environment and what it needs to thrive, so it's going to thrive. Well, then all you do is you adjust the environment. The pest has dead, decomposing things on top of the soil where it's easy for it to reach. And as far as this snail, then that means I need to get rid of all of the debris so it doesn't have anything to eat. So if you interrupt the environment in which the plant or disease, weed seeds too, but if in any defense on a pest situation or disease situation, interrupting the environment for the life cycle is the first thing that I do. Say all that to say that. Okay, so see how pretty she is? Nice to go. See that huge stump? For the love of Pete. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing this the whole way down. Oh wow, I just had to let both the doors open right there and put my hair up because it'd be hot. So anyway, I got this part cleaned out or organized. So this is the winter sowing situation I'm fixing to start getting, and I'm actually going to do them. I'm going to do an experiment where I do some outside, some inside. And then this is all my seed blocking stuff. These are the trays that I'm going to up pot into. And then I've got to get that situation figured out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of my plants to this side, since these guys are kind of sacrificed. And that way I'll have all this side cleared out for seeds. That's my plan right now. Okay, so what I mean with these guys, this is Dianthus or Sweet William. This is called Jolt Purple, but it looks like she's fried, right? No, you just go down here, and if you look real close, see that right there? All that new growth. So we want to trim out all the old stuff so that we can get the new growth going, and it's not sending all its energy into trying to keep the stalks out alive already. So it looks like I just murdered it, right? No, because it has a lot of life still in there. See? Yay, see, so much better. It doesn't look better, but they're gonna live a lot happier in these containers long enough for me to be able to up pot them. This kind of buys me a little bit of time. But also if I want to put them in a container, I can, which I probably will. Hey, Robbie. Hi. All right, I've made a little bit of progress. So I took and straightened this out. I had all of the hydrangeas kind of blocked right here, but I lined them up against the greenhouse wall because they'll take the cold better than some of these perennials. Like the cold snapped some of these guys, which I need to trim down. I didn't trim that one down. But anyway, so this is cleared up. I got this side clear, which you can't really see because my bag's in the way. I moved my lemon tree over to this side, and then now all I have left is this little area. I'm actually pretty surprised at how much is here. Like, obviously the houseplants kicked the bucket, which really makes me sad, but it's my fault for leaving them out here. But I'm actually really encouraged about what all has survived, because we've had like 6 nights of freezing temperatures in December or something like that, and I'll have to double check on that. But this is not a heated greenhouse. This is just plastic cover. And so there's some things that I have in my brain what I want to do as far as heat conservation in here, and using sand for sand batteries, which is super nerd exciting. If you are interested in that, comment down below and I'll make sure to get on that video. But essentially what I want to do is I want to raise these pallets up and build a sand battery under it, which is where you take and all the solar heat transfer, that's kind of like the, I don't know all the sciencey words for it because I'm stuttering right this minute, but essentially it gets too hot in here when it's closed because the UV rays are magnified by the plastics, right? And then you take and you can use water, you can use sand, there's other materials that you can use for collecting that heat, and it's called a sand battery, which really just means that it will heat up the sand or the water, and then the water will slowly let out that heat. And what it does is it just kind of regulates the temperature in here. It does not supply heat, and overcast days and different things like that, there's still a fluctuation of temperature, but essentially you just use that to regulate the temperature so it doesn't get too hot. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Not today, I'm just tidying up today, but that's on the docket. So anyway, we're going to keep going. All right, so I stopped and got some lunch, and also didn't realize that my phone wasn't recording a lot. So this is clean on this side. Very excited about that. I don't know what to do about that guy. I just don't know what to do, so I'm just not gonna think about it today. I have to repot it. See, there's a little crack right there. Can you see that? Anyway, I'll think about that tomorrow. So I got everything on this side. This is all the perennials and all the stuff. So I still have to deal with this bin and that table. And how about this, y'all? How about in here, not only do I have one pair of lopper pruners, but I have 2, like a really good pair. Yeah, that's what I get. So I'm going to put everything in its place, and then hopefully we'll be done and we'll be ready to start seeds tomorrow. I'm so excited. There she is. Nice and organized. So this is my shadow, but this is where I have seed starting soil for soil blocks. And then this is my in the house basket. So I go back and forth, and this will stay here. That's garlic that I need to plant for tomorrow. And then this is my up potting soil. This is also my up potting soil, but in this bin, I actually have fertilizer added to it for when I was making kokedamas, which are those hang dangly situations right there. And then here's all my plants. I did not trim this guy right here. This is a foxtail fern. I didn't trim him because I want to up pot him. I'm gonna do all of that one time. And the rest is all right here. And then this side is open and ready for when I do my seed starts. This is my water bed, and these are all jugs, and this is water, and these are all my seed starting trays. So I is ready. Well, there's seed starting trays there too, but I want to use these first. So ready. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today as I get the greenhouse ready. I cannot even put into words how excited I am to start seeds tomorrow. I'm ready. I'm so ready. I feel very encouraged about this year and what's going to happen and this space and how much joy it's going to bring, because it's going to bring people plants. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I pray that you guys have a very blessed day, and make sure you like and subscribe so that you can continue to see these videos, and then the notification bell so that you can get, dingling whenever I put up a new video. Also, make sure that you tune in to the next video, because it is going to be seed starting, and that's, exciting. So talk to you later.